Pokemon Stadium 2. Remember that game? If you were born in the 90s, chances are you do. While it wasn't the revolutionary step into 3D that the first Pokemon Stadium was, Pokemon Stadium 2 was better than the original in many ways. For starters, the minigames. That's really all there is to say. I could honestly stop singing its praises right there and it would be enough. I remember spending countless of hours playing those minigames as a kid. I can almost hear the sound of the Hitmontop minigame playing in the background. That song in my head is actually the exact reason why I decided to look for my Pokemon Stadium 2 cartridge in the first place. Thankfully, I know exactly where it is. After 22 years, you have to admit it's in pretty good condition. I'm not a collector or anything, so if I can still read the label, it's as good as new in my eyes. There is some dust on it, but that's not such a bad thing when you consider what my Wii U from 2012 looks like. In all seriousness though, this thing is a little gross after being stored for decades. You can see that the label is starting to come off on the bottom left. It's almost like someone tried to peel it off for whatever reason. I wonder if the younger version of me tried to peel it off to stick it somewhere in my room, because that's definitely something I would have done as a kid. There's a lot of scratches on the sticker itself, but it's not ripped anywhere, which is really surprising considering how old this thing is. The pins on the bottom look a little dusty, but otherwise they seem okay. No visible damage or anything. The back is where things get a little more interesting. You see this sticker? This is probably the used sticker that was placed on it by a wonderful GameStop employee. Or was it EB Games? Honestly, I don't remember anymore. I actually remember trying to remove this when I was a kid, but as you can see, I failed miserably. I'm gonna leave it there for now, but maybe I'll do something about it in the future. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are thinking the same thing, but I'm starting to ask myself if this thing even works. Let's test it. I have everything I need now, except for one thing. Technology has advanced a lot in the past 20 years. None of my TVs in my house have the right ports for my Nintendo 64. That means I have to purchase one of these adapters from Amazon. Thankfully for you, you don't have to wait until they come in. You get to see it all in this one video. Now that we have our Nintendo 64 hooked up, we turn it on, and I can't believe that after 2 decades, this game still works somehow. I'm not gonna lie, I was more worried that the Nintendo 64 was not gonna power on, but this thing managed to surprise me. Seeing Pokemon Stadium 2 on the big screen like this brings back a lot of memories. It definitely doesn't look as good as it used to, but the charm is still there. Somewhere. Deep down. With Pokemon Stadium 2 being on the Switch now, there is little reason for me to play it this way. Now I can play it on the go whenever I want, without always wondering when Pokemon Stadium 3 will release. Because I know that now, it never will. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider subscribing and leaving a like. I'll see you all in the next one.